I'm gonna start doing my makeup and I'm gonna be like looking here, but I know you guys are over there. Anyways, so basically first I get like this makeup, which is like a mousse, and then it's like dark. It's from the summer when I get like really tan, but I just put that where put like contour. Yeah, I literally am getting makeup everywhere. Anyways, after that's over, I just use regular foundation and I just put this everywhere. My concealer's all out, and I'm not going to get a new one because I don't know, I don't feel like it. So I just use this really light foundation, which it works fine. So I just use this one. Let it sit there and on my smile and then my forehead. Okay, you can kind of see it. I let it sit there for a second. Then I get my light brush, kind of swirl off where I put that stuff. My bronzer, butter, and I kind of literally put this like all over. And then I get my Cocoa Contour palette and I kind of just like contour my nose right here. And voila, there's a makeup tutorial. Hello vlog. Okay, so I don't really have anything to do. Earlier I did my makeup and I'll probably put that in the vlog here. I'm eating fruit cocktail. I'm really hungry. I'm going to make a video about why I chose the Air Force. I'm sure like as I go and learn new things and become a part of the military, I'm going to have more and more reasons on why. I was not sure what I wanted to do all throughout high school. Everyone kept saying like, oh, you have time, you have time. And yeah, you do, but a lot of people kind of know what they want to do. And I didn't. I had ideas, but none of it was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So for some reason, I just didn't stick with any of the ideas I had because I was like not 100% there. My brother went to the Army. I wanted to know more about the military for the past like 8 years, 9 years. I don't know how long my stepmom has been with my dad, but for the past years, she's definitely like talked about it, and her life has been like really cool, really good. She has a lot of like really cool stories. She's lived like all over the world and she's gotten to travel, and like her kids got to grow up in a military life, and she's benefited a lot out of that, and that was something that really kind of like made me interested. So after talking to her, I kind of wanted to like learn more about it. So I did end up like talking to a recruiter at my school, which I was lucky enough to like have that opportunity. A lot of the information that I found was like from talking to people I know or information that I found on my own. So basically I watched a lot of YouTube videos. It was hard because there's a lot of military terms and things that I don't understand, and there's a lot that I still don't understand because I'm not there yet. But I mean, I got a majority of like things answered that I wanted to know, and then the stuff that I didn't know, I was able to like ask someone or ask my recruiter. So like I said, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in high school, so I kind of just wanted to know more about the Air Force. The reason I chose the Air Force is because honestly, the number one reason like why I initially started out with it is because it seems more beneficial and it seems like a little bit easier to get through. I'm not the type of person that like likes to be yelled at. I don't like to be put into situations that like are really super stressful. I can handle them fine, but I just would prefer not to be. And it's like the Marines and the Army, they're very like hardcore. It's just things that like I don't think I would enjoy. My brother talks about like all sorts of things that they have to do and how they don't really get treated as well as the Air Force. So that's kind of why I started like learning more about the Air Force specifically, was because of like the benefits and the way you get treated and the things you get in the Air Force. The basic training, which is like where you go to start out, you have to like get through that. It's the shortest in the Air Force, which I liked. It's also not as like physically demanding, which a lot of people like make fun of the Air Force. They say it's like not as hard or whatever, but honestly, that doesn't bother me because if I'm benefiting, it doesn't matter. Like, and then also benefits. So right now where I live, I have worked. I've had like 3 jobs. I don't know. I have worked, but it wasn't enough money to like make a living. It wouldn't be enough to get me through college, to get my own place and stuff. A lot of people that I know are going to college and they're really struggling with money, or they're doing fine because their parents are able to help them. Sorry. That is one thing people should be thankful for, is that if you have like a family that is able to give you a lot of money for college, that's great. My family is fine. Like, we're not poor, but my parents aren't just going to pay me for college. You know, that's my own responsibility to take care of that. And right now I haven't saved up any money to go to college. So that was a big thing. Not having any money was kind of like a big flashing light for me, because you don't really need money to start into the military. And when you go in, you automatically start getting paid from the day you get to basic, you know? So it's like, I didn't need to worry about, you know, oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, I'm going to go into debt. Like, I didn't have to worry about that. So money was a big thing. Another thing involving money was that they pay for your school. So like while I'm in, if I wanted to get my degree, they'll pay for it. I don't have to be in debt. And it's like more beneficial because you can go in, have a career that's like a stable, constant pay, right? And then if you choose to get out of the military while you're in there, you can get your degree. And then if you choose to get out, boom, you already have a degree that's paid for and you're not in debt. You have money from working in the military, you know, working for the Air Force. When I heard that, I was like, why isn't everyone doing this? Like, a lot of people where I'm from in this small town really like complain about not having money, complain about like being in debt, having student loans, all sorts of things. And I'm just like, why don't you join the military? I think a main thing is like a lot of people don't know a lot about it. It's what you make of it. So it was like more beneficial for me just because I personally like don't have the money to go to college. Yes, I could, but I really don't want to be in debt. Also, one thing that like I do really like is that if I wanted to have nice things, if I wanted to live on my own when I was younger, if I do find someone and end up getting married at a younger age or having kids in my early 20s, I would be financially stable and I could support that. You know what I mean? So having a military job is nice because I don't have to go through college and then find a career. I already have a career. It's nice knowing that you do have a constant, stable, steady, perfect, awesome, great career already lined up for you when you join. I get to join and then boom, I have a career that I could literally have, you know, my whole life if I wanted to. Another thing is I only signed a contract for 4 years, so that means that I'm only required to serve active duty for 4 years for the Air Force. I can change that. I can stay in longer. If I do decide to stay in, the good thing is that I can retire very young age and be set with money, you know? I also get benefits for my kids, my husband. So that's really nice if I do decide to stay in. But if not, you know, while I'm in, I want to take all the benefits that I get and use them. I get free healthcare. Basically, like the money that I'm making is for me to literally save it. So all of those reasons were honestly like a major part of why I was very interested. I also don't really like school. You don't get paid for going to school, but in the Air Force, I get paid for doing whatever they need me to do, you know? So that's good. Also, another big thing is I would like to travel. I've always lived in the same place. I've always thought about this. If I stayed here and went to school, if I did want to go somewhere else, that costs money, and I don't have the money to uproot and leave and go somewhere else, especially whenever I would be having student loans and debt to pay off if I went to school. So a good thing with the Air Force is that I'm going to be able to travel the world, the United States, whatever I really want. And I'm going to get to experience things that not a lot of people get to experience. So that's super cool to me. And I know that like some people that grow up in a small town, they like never want to leave. And I do love it where I live. And I would come back if it comes down to it. Like if this is where I want to be, I'll come back. But one thing that I do like is that I'm really young right now. So if I do get to travel and go and even see different states in the USA or go to other countries, you know, like I think that would be something that like I would really benefit from. And I would love that I got that experience. So yeah, basically all of those things are reasons why, mostly, you know, money, traveling, the benefits, just everything is like really good for the military. I think that if you don't really know what you want to do, when you think about the military, you might automatically think, oh, that's not for me. And that's kind of how I felt too. I was like, yeah, that's not for me. But how can you know that it's not for you if you don't know anything about it, you know? So definitely like do research. If you want to talk to a recruiter, go ahead. Just because you have questions or you want to meet with a recruiter does not mean like you have to join. You can simply just be like, hey, I kind of want to know more. And then boom, like you'll figure out what you want to do. I think that whenever you're in high school, it is important to make sure you know what you want to do before you get out. Because I think a lot of people wait, think they have all this time. And then high school flies by and then it's like, what am I doing? You know, I don't have any money. I don't know where I'm going to school, like all sorts of things. So make sure you definitely are organized. You have a plan. But for the main thing, make sure you explore all your options, you know. Don't just settle with college because that's what everyone does. Do what you want to do and what's best for you. I mean, it is hard going into the military because no one that I really know is going. Everyone I know that I graduated with, all my friends are going to school. They're all living like the same lives. And it's hard for me to be like, yep, I'm going to go do something completely different than everyone else, you know. But that's not a bad thing. It's not bad to be different. It's actually cool and like more beneficial at times. So make sure you just explore all your options. I'm not against people that go to college. I think college is great for people that want to go to college, and for the people that, you know, love school, the people that know what they want to do, then that's great. But, you know, if it's not for you, don't force it, because I think a lot of people try to force college just because that's what everyone does, and then they hate it. And then they go and they do something they don't like, and then it just, I don't know, it's a waste of time. You know, if you go to college and you know what you want to do, okay, do it, get it done. But if you don't know what you want to do, don't waste your time, you know. So just kind of figure it out. I mean, hopefully you can be organized in high school or like at a young age. I would recommend like before you're 20, figure out what you want to do. Just kind of like get your head on straight with life and where you're going, where you're headed, and the dreams and goals you have. Don't settle for less. And the world we live in today, it is important that you can support yourself. So make sure that you're doing something that you can, you know, support your life and your future. So don't make your dreams like an imagination. Don't make them seem like they just can't be reached, because any dream can be reached. That was good advice. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna get off here and eat my fruit. Yeah, hopefully this video helps people kind of understand personally why I chose the Air Force. And maybe if you guys, you know, hear of people that are joining the military or hear anything involving the military and you're like, why? I wonder why they're doing that, or like, how are they doing that? I could never. Maybe this video will help and you'll be like, oh wow, maybe I should like look into that. It'll never hurt, you know. Goodbye. So yeah. All right, well, hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later.